Are they really just a coincidence? This question might seem whimsical at first, but delve deeper and you might find that it uncovers something profound about our existence. You may have experienced moments when the clock reads 11:11, or perhaps noticed recurring patterns like 2:22. Each time you see these numbers, it feels like a gentle nudge from the universe, doesn't it? But what if these encounters hold more significance than mere chance? Many of us brush off these repetitions, attributing them to coincidence. Yet, have you ever paused to reflect on the emotions these moments evoke? What if each instance of a repeating number is not just a random occurrence, but rather a whisper from the cosmos urging you to pay attention? Dr. Elisabeth Kübler-Ross, a renowned psychiatrist known for her work on the stages of grief, suggests that the universe communicates with us in mysterious ways, often through symbols, emotions, and synchronicities. In a similar way, these numbers can be seen as gateways into understanding our emotional states and the themes running through our lives. Consider this: when you notice the time tick over to 11:11, what feelings arise for you? Perhaps it's a sense of excitement or a mere flutter of curiosity. Alternatively, it could provoke confusion or skepticism. Why do I keep seeing this? What does it mean? This is where the interplay of coincidence and meaning begins. While the mainstream view might dismiss these numbers as random, there's an invitation here to explore and connect with your intuition and inner self. Think of it this way. Each time you spot a recurring number, imagine it as a post-it note left by the universe on the fridge of your mind, reminding you of something significant. What if 11:11 is a reminder to set intentions and manifest desires, while 2:22 speaks to the need for balance in your life? Could these be the signs prompting you to reassess where you are headed, nudging you to examine your path? Kübler-Ross taught us that our emotional journey often exists in stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Similarly, when we encounter these numbers, we might find ourselves traversing emotional landscapes in response. If you have ever seen these numbers and felt nothing but a fleeting thought of, "That's strange," could it be your mind is denying the insight they may bring? Viewing them as mere coincidences allows us to remain shackled to a limited understanding of our experiences. Perhaps there's an underlying anger or frustration that arises when we confront these signals. After all, what are they trying to tell us? The discomfort may lie in the unknown and the potential changes they herald. You might wonder, what if I have to act differently? Or what if I need to face something uncomfortable about myself? As you wrestle with such feelings, I urge you to consider how denial can hold you back from embracing deeper truths about your life's journey. So how do you begin to shift from denial and anger into a space of curiosity and openness to the messages behind these synchronicities? By questioning your perceptions and embracing the idea that these numbers may serve as vital clues along your path, you can foster a richer relationship with the universe. Have you ever dismissed a repeating number only to wonder if you were missing something? What do these numbers speak to you when you experience them? Reflect on these questions and allow them to ignite a sense of wonder about the unseen connections in your life. If this exploration intrigues you, I invite you to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Together, let's unravel the mysteries of the universe and explore how these enigmatic numbers can enrich our understanding of ourselves and our journeys. Your path beckons, and perhaps these mysteries hold the keys to your awakening. Facing denial. What are these numbers trying to tell you? The journey begins with the recognition of those repetitive sequences that seem to appear just when you need a nudge. Once you start noticing them, the natural response is to explore what these signals mean. But in doing so, do you find yourself battling the impulse to dismiss them or to push aside the deeper implications they might present? Denial is often our first reaction when faced with uncertainty. It's a defense mechanism designed to shield us from uncomfortable truths. When those repeating numbers flicker on your screen or in your path, part of you may say, it's just a coincidence, while another part whispers, maybe it's a sign. Recognizing this internal struggle can be the first step toward unlocking insights about yourself. At this moment, think of how denial works. Maybe it's akin to an umbrella in a rainstorm. Initially, it keeps you dry, protecting you from the realities of your situation. You feel secure beneath its canopy. However, when you cling to denial too long, you might miss out on the enriching experience of true emotional connection with what these numbers signify. What if that umbrella also prevents the warmth of the sun from breaking through? Could your refusal to acknowledge these numbers be blocking not only insights, but also a deeper sense of joy and meaning in your life? Kübler-Ross's stages remind us that moving beyond denial often requires a confrontation with anger, the next emotional stage. Often, beneath our denial lurks frustration, the frustration of feeling compelled to change, yet not knowing how or why. When you encounter repeated numbers, it may stir up feelings of unrest. Why now, you might ask? What do they want from me? It's okay to feel that anger. It's a part of the journey. Allowing yourself to feel angry can often shine a light on what you resist or deny. This is a moment to pause and reflect. What if that energetic surge of frustration is not indicative of something wrong, but a call to action? These numbers might be demanding that you pay attention, to engage with your emotional state honestly. Imagine you received a letter, perhaps a long-awaited message revealing something profound about your life. Would you simply shove it aside, or would you unwrap it, eager to understand its contents? Similarly, when presented with synchronicities like 1111 or 222, what if you treated them as meaningful prompts? Consider the story of someone who repeatedly saw the number 222. Initially, they dismissed it, attributing it to coincidence. However, as the sightings persisted, they began to investigate the significance of this number, eventually uncovering a message about balance and relationships in their life. They realized that they had been neglecting their social connections and needed to act. Rather than succumbing to denial, they channeled their frustration into reconnecting with friends, leading to deeper conversations and emotional healing. Could your resistance be leading you to ignore similar truths in your own life? As we confront these emotions and allow ourselves to feel anger, we can transition toward a state of curiosity. Ask yourself, what if these warnings invite me to inquire rather than ignore? Engaging with your emotions can illuminate pathways hitherto unseen. By choosing to explore instead of dismissing your feelings, you can define a relationship with these numbers as a guide instead of mere coincidence. I invite you to reflect. Have you ever felt unsure about what a repeating number meant, but sensed there was a deeper significance to explore? What were your immediate thoughts and emotions during that encounter? As you ponder these questions, consider sharing your insights. Have you experienced moments of denial or anger when faced with these synchronistic events? If you'd like to discuss your experiences or thoughts, leave a comment below. Let's cultivate a community of curiosity together. Remember, every step you take toward understanding these messages is a step closer to unraveling the beautiful intricacies of your existence. Embrace this journey, allowing it to challenge your perceptions and lead you to acknowledge the powerful guidance that surrounds you. Negotiating with destiny, the hidden costs of ignoring signs. As we delve deeper into the world of synchronicities and repetitive numbers, we encounter yet another layer of complexity. This is the emotional negotiation that takes place when we recognize these signals. Have you ever felt torn between what you think you should do and what a number or a sign seems to suggest? This often leads to a struggle within, where the urge to act competes with a desire to stay within the comforts of our established reality. When you see a sequence like 333, it can serve as an invitation to explore new beginnings and transformative opportunities. However, the negotiation isn't just with the universe. It's a negotiation with yourself. Often, we grapple with messages of change. You might wonder, what does this mean for my current life? Or am I really ready to make such a shift? The emotional weight of these questions is significant. We might enter into a bargaining phase, reminiscent of Kübler-Ross's stages, where we tell ourselves, if I just ignore this sign, maybe it will go away, or perhaps if I try harder to stay in my comfort zone, everything will work out. This self-negotiation can often lead us to a fog of confusion and stagnation. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One path leads to familiar, comfortable territory, while the other is uncharted and filled with uncertainty. Every time you see those repetitive numbers, it feels like a gentle push toward the unknown. But what happens when fear takes over? You may start to bargain with fate, creating stipulations for your own growth. If I see this number one more time, I will change my life. Yet when that numbering becomes a steady presence, it forces you to confront reality rather than serving as a mere talk of intention. Many people experience emotional turmoil when faced with these signs. Consider how often you wake up in the middle of the night staring at the clock that says 3:33 and immediately feel a wave of emotions crashing over you. This number doesn't just appear, it lingers in your mind, almost demanding attention. What thoughts swirl in your head? Fear, anticipation, hope? By acknowledging these emotions and recognizing what they reveal about your current state of being, you can engage in a vital conversation with yourself. Let's take a deeper look at the implications of ignoring these signs and the costs associated with it. When you neglect the messages from the universe, you're not only sidelining potential opportunities, but also squandering the chance for personal evolution. It's as though you have been given a treasure map, yet decide, in an act of denial, to burn it. What could you discover if you ventured down these uncertain, winding paths? It's important to see your emotional responses not just as roadblocks, but as essential windows into your psyche. When we recognize the hidden costs of ignoring these signs or failing to negotiate effectively with our own feelings, we can access a different layer of self-awareness. Reflect on this. What do you feel when confronted with the potential for change? Chances are, kissing familiarity goodbye invokes fear, isn't it? Fear of the unknown can be paralyzing, leading to feelings of depression. Yet, this is where the true power lies. In recognizing that feeling confined is often a precursor to significant breakthroughs. Imagine taking a moment to solidify your intention to act. You could keep a journal, capturing your interactions with numbers and the feelings they stir. By doing so, you open a channel of communication with yourself. What if you take that leap and acknowledge these repeated numbers not as a source of anxiety, but as guiding lights that signal opportunities for growth and transformation? When reflecting on these scenarios, do you find yourself negotiating with your own emotions? Can you recall times when you felt disoriented by signs, yet found yourself wrestling with the urge to make sense of them? I invite you to share your experiences or strategies for negotiating life's challenges in the comments below. How do you bring those elusive messages into your daily life? Through these reflections, let's cultivate a deeper understanding of how we can better navigate the interplay between our aspirations and the signals we receive from the universe. Recognizing the costs of ignoring these signs is an essential step toward unlocking the transformative potential they hold. As you begin to embrace the power of your own intuition, allow these repetitive numbers to serve as gentle reminders that you are not alone on this journey. Your destiny is unfolding one sign at a time. Embracing the unknown, how uncertainty becomes transformation. As we move further along this exploration of repetitive numbers and the emotional landscapes they evoke, we arrive at a pivotal moment in our journey, the point where we must confront our discomfort with uncertainty. The universe invites us to dance with ambiguity, but let's be honest, how often do you push against that invitation? Do you resist change because it feels too risky? When you encounter those synchronistic numbers like 444 or 555, they often come as a promise of change or stability. However, what happens within you when faced with such signals? Does your mind race with possibilities and scenarios, or do you feel paralyzed by the weight of decision-making? Many of us find ourselves time and again caught in the web of our own fears. You might wonder whether stepping into the unknown is worth the risk of failure or disappointment. Kübler-Ross's stages illustrate that part of the emotional experience in facing change involves acceptance, which is not merely about agreeing, but actively engaging with what's happening in your life. Consider the transformative potential of seeing uncertainty as a fertile ground for growth. Reflect for a moment. What does it mean to embrace uncertainty? You may think of uncertainty as a chaotic mess, but what if it's like raw clay waiting to be shaped into something beautiful by your hands? Let's explore how allowing ourselves to sit with uncertainty and even expand our comfort zones can lead us to profound insights. Think of the last time you felt torn between staying in a familiar pattern or venturing into the unknown. Was there a part of you that wanted to leap while another part clung to the safety of what you already knew? For instance, imagine receiving the number 777 repeatedly. You might initially perceive it as a sign, indicating luck or divine support. But then comes the nagging question, what does this mean for my life right now? Often, numbers like this can provoke introspection about purpose, calling for you to evaluate whether you're following your true path. What if 777, instead of simply being a lucky sign, is nudging you to trust your instincts amidst uncertainty? Are you ready to let go of the familiar and allow new opportunities to unfold? The shift from fear to embracing uncertainty requires an openness to exploration, almost like getting into a boat and setting sail into uncharted waters. What would it look like to set aside your apprehensions and lean into curiosity? You may find that in relinquishing control, there is a softening toward possibilities that could enrich your life experience. Embracing this unknown journey might mean redefining your relationship with these numbers and what they represent. Think of it as tuning into a radio frequency you've never listened to before. Initially, the sounds may seem unfamiliar or unappealing. However, with time and an open heart, you discover a whole new melody, a fresh perspective on life. What if the struggle with uncertainty is often a catalyst for unlocking potential you didn't even know existed? Ask yourself, when was the last time you allowed the fear of the unknown to push you forward rather than hold you back? Reflecting on this may invite you to share your findings. What tools or practices have you employed to embrace uncertainty in your own life? I encourage you to leave a comment below. Together, we can create a dialogue about the transformative experiences that emerge when we lean into ambiguity. By cultivating this awareness, we not only advance personally, we also build a community enriched by shared insights and stories of growth. Remember, every time you confront the unknown, you wield the power to shape your experiences, inviting greater clarity and wisdom into your journey. As you navigate these complex emotions, consider adopting practices that can support you in cultivating resilience against uncertainty. Perhaps take a moment to write down your thoughts and feelings when you encounter a repetitive number. What do they stir within you? Let those revelations be your compass, guiding you as you continue to embrace the journey ahead. Ultimately, uncertainty doesn't have to be a pitfall. Instead, it can be fertile soil where seeds of transformation take root. So, as you witness those numbers calling for your attention, know this: they are not simply coincidences. They are beacons illuminating the path toward growth. Embrace the unknown and let it guide you to the extraordinary possibilities that lie just beyond the horizon. Finding acceptance, the art of surrendering to the journey. As we delve deeper into the complex tapestry of emotions surrounding repetitive numbers, we now arrive at a crucial stage on this journey: acceptance. It is an essential component of both personal growth and understanding the signs that the universe sends our way. If you've ever wrestled with feelings of frustration, confusion, or even despair upon seeing the same numbers over and over, it's likely that acceptance was the elusive step you needed to embrace. Acceptance is not merely a passive state. It's an active engagement with reality as it presents itself. This process often requires an inner shift, a relinquishing of our need to control every outcome. Think about times when you found yourself trying to negotiate your feelings or project future dips and dives based on fear. What if, instead of fighting against the current, you chose to flow with it? That's where true empowerment lies. Picture yourself standing in a river, the waters rushing around you. You have two choices. You can struggle against the current, feeling the weight of resistance bearing down on you. Or you can choose to accept the flow and navigate with it. Both choices hold the potential for insight, yet one path is laden with struggle while the other offers freedom. In the context of the numbers you see, what happens when you decide to embrace their messages instead of wrestling with them? When encountering sequences like 888, which is often associated with abundance and balance, the challenge comes from recognizing the potential that this number conveys. Are you allowing yourself to accept the gifts that life is presenting to you? Or are you shutting the door, feeling unworthy or fearful of what abundance may bring? Acceptance can often be a pivotal moment, allowing you to open your mind and heart towards the possibilities that sources outside yourself offer. This stage of acceptance can be uncomfortable, pushing us to confront the areas of our lives where change is necessary yet resisted. Perhaps you feel resentful of your current situation, left wondering why you keep seeing the number 111, signaling a potential new beginning. What if that persistent number is nudging you to recognize that you are worthy of new opportunities? Think of acceptance as a key that unlocks the door to self-discovery. Reflect on the last time you consciously chose to accept something difficult in your life. Was there a moment where surrendering your resistance led to clarity? Did it illuminate a new path? By acknowledging and accepting what you see, even if it isn't easy, you create space for transformation. Now consider this. If you regularly encounter sequences like 444, which is often interpreted as a message of protection and being on the right path, are you allowing its truth to resonate within you? Acceptance involves recognizing both your strengths and weaknesses without judgment. It invites you to embrace your journey fully. Each number seems to invite you to glean insights that take you closer to your innate purpose. Are you ready to acknowledge those invitations? I invite you to take some time to reflect on this. When have you strayed from acceptance in your life? What are the aspects of yourself or your circumstances you find challenging to accept? How might surrendering to these elements lead you to unexpected growth? By sharing this experience, we can inspire one another on our journeys. Leave a comment below about your journey towards acceptance. What challenges did you face along the way? As you engage with these reflective practices, you may further cultivate a community where we can exchange tools and perspectives for fostering acceptance in our lives. As we conclude this stage of exploration, remember that acceptance does not erase your feelings or experiences. It magnifies your ability to understand and embrace them. The numbers that appear in your life serve as guides, nudging you gently toward a reality that wants to be acknowledged. So, dare to take a leap of faith. Accept that your journey, with all its twists and turns, is uniquely yours. In doing so, you not only cultivate understanding within yourself, but also open doors to profound connections with the universe and your place within it. Embrace acceptance, and let it be the foundation for the new beginnings that await you. The mystery of repetitive numbers becomes a pathway of enlightenment, revealing that every step, whether challenging or uplifting, leads you deeper into the grand tapestry of your existence. Transforming insight into action, the journey of co-creation. Now that we've unpacked the stages of emotional response to repetitive numbers, we arrive at a crucial phase, the transformation of insights into actionable steps. Behind every repeating number and the emotion it stirs within you, there lies a powerful invitation to become an active participant in your own life story. How do you take the wisdom gleaned from acceptance and transform it into deliberate action? Picture this. You've been seeing the number 1212 consistently. It whispers promises of new beginnings and alignments, but merely recognizing it isn't enough. The true power of this number lies in your ability to respond, to co-create your reality based on the inspiration it provides. What actions do you feel called to take? Are you prepared to align your life with the profound messages you've acknowledged before? Transformation through action involves bridging the gap between what resonates with you on a spiritual level and how you materialize that on earth. Consider how easy it is to stay in a cycle of contemplation and acceptance without ever stepping off the metaphorical balcony to engage with life itself. It can feel safe to reflect and analyze, yet true growth happens when you take that leap into the unknown. For instance, let's say you frequently notice the number 555, a signal of pivotal change. What does it evoke within you? Do you feel drawn to pursue a new career, have difficult conversations, or perhaps take a long-needed trip? The challenge lies in translating that emotional insight into tangible steps. You can visualize it like planting seeds in your garden. If you only reflect on the seasons without ever tending to the soil, your dreams will remain just dreams. Transformation isn't always straightforward. It can involve moments of questioning, potential missteps, and recalibrating along the way. It's natural to feel apprehensive. What will happen if you fail? Yet, this is where the beauty of the journey resides. By embracing the uncertainty and recognizing that every experience is a lesson, you empower yourself to act. Think of someone who sees the numbers 666, a sequence often misinterpreted as negative. But in truth, it can serve as a powerful call to reflect on your life's balance. What if you took this opportunity to assess your work-life equilibrium or nurtured your relationships in a deeper way? The action you take could range from initiating a healing conversation with a loved one to setting boundaries at work. It's all about recognizing the signs and deciding how you will engage with the reality they illuminate. As you contemplate taking action, it's helpful to establish a practical plan. Consider setting specific, achievable goals based on the insights you've gathered. Write down what resonates with you, mapping out the small steps that can lead to the larger changes inspired by these numbers. Once you set intentions, recognize that taking action also requires accountability. This is a great opportunity for you to reflect upon who can you invite to support you on your journey. Do you have friends or family members who would help bolster your commitment to change? Sharing your aspirations can create a sense of community around your goals, allowing you to draw strength from those who want to see you thrive. I urge you to share your journey of transformation in the comments below. What insights have sparked actionable steps in your life? What hurdles have you faced in the process? Your stories are powerful as they can illuminate pathways for others navigating similar terrain. As you step into this phase of action, hold on to the understanding that the messages you receive are not coincidences. They are threads woven together, leading you to a destination of your own design. When you act upon these insights, you are no longer a passive observer in your life, but a co-creator with the universe. Remember, every small action you take in response to those repeating numbers brings you closer to alignment with your purpose. So, Let your heart lead the way, transforming your insights into reality. As you bravely step forward, you will not only enrich your own existence, but also contribute to the collective journey of humanity, where every action reverberates, echoing the interconnectedness of us all. Embrace this transformative power and let your life unfold like a tapestry, each thread representing the lessons, emotions, and actions that shape your unique experience on this earth. Integrating growth, the power of reflection and gratitude. As we approach the culmination of our exploration into repetitive numbers and their emotional significance, we find ourselves at a pivotal juncture, the integration of everything we've learned. This final stage is about turning insights, actions, and experiences into lasting growth, a process that hinges on the power of reflection and gratitude. How often do you take a step back to assess not just where you've been, but how far you've come? Reflection is a tool that allows us to make sense of our experiences and recognize the patterns in our lives. When you encounter a number like 999, often associated with completion or closing a chapter, it's crucial to pause and reflect on all that has led you to this moment. Consider, what lessons have you gathered along the way? How have they shaped your current perspective? It can be tempting to rush toward the next chapter, but taking time to acknowledge your journey solidifies your growth. Imagine keeping a simple reflection journal where you jot down your thoughts about the numbers you see and the feelings they evoke. By allowing yourself to ponder the significance of these numbers alongside the events and emotions of your life, you create a treasure trove of insights. What surprises might you discover about your journey by documenting this process? Gratitude plays an equally essential role in this integration phase. It reminds us to recognize not just our struggles, but the small victories and the blessings that often go unnoticed. When you take the time to express gratitude for the signs and opportunities presented to you, you shift your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. Can you recall a moment when you felt genuinely grateful for the insights a repetitive number provided? How did that gratitude transform your perception of your circumstances? Consider setting aside a moment each day to reflect on what you're grateful for. This can be as simple as noting down 3 things that made you smile or inspired you. Perhaps it was encountering 333, which represents alignment and encouragement. When you allow gratitude to permeate your daily life, you start to see a ripple effect, a brighter outlook, and connections to the possibility that life offers you. As you reflect and cultivate gratitude, think about how these practices can inform your future actions. For instance, if you frequently encounter the number 222, symbolizing balance and harmony, how can you manifest this in your life? You might commit to actions that reinforce balance, prioritizing self-care, fostering meaningful relationships, or engaging in activities that restore your spirit. Each action embodies a recognition of the guidance provided through those numbers. Also, remember to create space for self-compassion along this journey. Growth isn't linear. It involves twists, turns, and sometimes flat-out detours. It's perfectly okay to stumble or lose sight of your progress. What matters is your willingness to return to your reflections and gratitude, allowing them to bring you back into alignment with your intentions. Now, I encourage you to share your reflections on this journey in the comments below. How has reflecting on repetitive numbers transformed your perspective? What are you most grateful for in relation to your experiences and growth? Your insights can inspire others seeking to navigate similar paths, fostering a supportive environment where we can all learn from one another. In closing, integrate this process of reflection and gratitude into your daily routine. Allow the observations you've made about the recurring numbers in your life to serve as a wellspring of wisdom. As you embrace this cycle of learning, you align yourself more closely with your purpose, creating a narrative that is not just reactive, but proactive. Remember, your journey is uniquely yours, woven beautifully with the threads of your emotions, insights, actions, and reflections. The numbers you encounter are not just signals. They are invitations to connect more deeply with your essence and the cosmos. As you stand firm in this understanding, grant yourself permission to embrace each moment with openness. Each small step you take will pave the way for more profound transformation, enriching not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. Embrace this transformative journey and walk forward with courage, curiosity, and gratitude. The universe is waiting to reveal the next chapter of your extraordinary story.